When I was growing up, there was this idea of good versus good enough. My dad was on one side of it. It was obvious. Another side would be this people who say statements like, the enemy of best is good enough. My dad was a guy who said good enough is good enough. Don't spend all this time reaching that last 2%. It's good enough. I think that, growing up, at least in the past decade or so, I thought, really, we should be striving for more. And then after having a kid, I've come on to the side of good enough, right? I mean, I think it's always a struggle in life how much extra you do to try to get perfection because you can't reach perfection. You spend a lot of time to get more perfection or closer to perfection. And the question is it worth it? When do you just move on? It's not about cutting your losses, not about losses. But it's just about the fact that moving on in life, making all these decisions, when do you say, I just got to get through this, right? I'm trying to make plans for traveling this summer. Do I have time to make everything perfect? I used to spend hours upon hours looking for the perfect trip. But the thing is, does it really matter? What does optimization mean, anyways? When you go back, think about it a month down the road, 5 months, a year. Does it matter that I optimized my hotel stay and checked out the spa, the hotel, that was nice. Went out at the hotel that was not nice. Maximized my points with 4 p.m. late checkout. Used a 24-hour hotel stay at the other hotels. Does it all matter down the road? It's all non-ideal with my daughter. So just get through and book some plans. We'll enjoy ourselves regardless. I think that's the whole question. See, in Taiwan, there is this thing called Tabudo Shensen, and it's thought to be a bad thing. It highlights the children's magazine. There's this idea of being bad, right? Goofus and I forgot what other gallant. One guy's just sloppy, one guy's good, precise, a perfectionist. Kids are taught that's a good thing. Kids are not taught to be sloppy. They're not taught to just say, I've done enough. They're taught to finish it. Go put your shoes straight. Does it really matter how straight your shoes are? They're off by an inch. They're slanted, slightly crooked. Does it matter? Is this gonna give you a promotion later in life? Possibly. Is perfectionism good for my daughter? I mean, it makes it so she takes forever to put on her shoes. Makes it so it takes longer to go out the door. And I would say she's just putting on her shoes in a very particular way. It's not that it's better or worse, because it doesn't really matter. It's just your shoes. Most people don't put them on properly. Many people don't even untie their shoelaces nowadays, if they have them. But are we supposed to teach our kids the right way to be perfectionists? I mean, we already teach them things that are wrong. My daughter asked me why I brush my teeth differently than how she brushes her teeth. And she's absolutely right. Because we teach her to brush her teeth like this because it's easy. But the proper way per the dentist is you go like this. If you have a manual toothbrush, you have a different go brush along your gum down. That's the better way. And I use electric, so I hold it. But I mean, electric, I use the same as like this. You don't change it, right? But when I used the manual for a little bit, I was doing this, and she noticed it, and she said, "Why are you doing it differently than the way I do it?" And I had to explain to her that this is the better way to do it, but it's just too hard for you. Should I have taught her the better way? Shouldn't you do it right from the beginning? Or are you supposed to do it wrong because it's too hard? I mean, my thinking has evolved over time. Should her thinking evolve over time? She's growing up. She's learning. She asks these great questions. She's improving day by day. What is my role? What is my responsibility? I mean, there's lots of people out there who are perfectionists and do fine in life. Lots of people who are not perfectionists do fine in life. Pragmatists, if you will, a positive way of putting them. I don't know if there's a right way. You just let her figure out her own way. You guide her or direct her. Obviously, we have our preferences, but is that the right way to do it? I mean, so much of it is that they have their own predisposition, predilection, if you will. And it goes back to the whole dandelion and orchid. They need the right setting to develop fully if they're an orchid, not a TLC. But when is it just letting them do their own thing? When is it that you say, okay, I'll carry you versus you got to learn to walk more because it's good training? When is it that you say, yeah, I guess I'll just forego that red eye because you're obviously going to have a hard time sleeping there as a little kid? Versus saying, yeah, that's just life. Sometimes it's not so perfect. When is it you say, yeah, I'm just going to work a night shift. I guess you'll have to figure out how to sleep without me. Have to realize I'm not going to be there all the time. Versus, I don't need to work that night shift. It's just some money. I could choose another job. Because it's not so simple as just teaching. A lot is about modifying our life to accommodate them. But when is making it easier good for them? One coworker was saying that it's good to go take your kids to other countries, show them public transportation, make them suffer, or not so much you don't make them suffer. You just learn this as well. Most people live instead of taking a taxi to the airport. They take the subway. It's literally a fraction of the cost. Let's see, it probably would have been how much? Like less than 10 yuan to go to the airport and probably cost us 100. But yeah, it's literally a fraction of the cost, a tenth. But when is it done for our sake versus their sake? And we just say it's for their sake to make ourselves feel better. Because I don't want to take a red eye either. I don't like it. I want to take a 2 a.m. flight. So I'm just saying, we'll spend that much money for her sake. But it's actually for my sake. I feel that's the difficulty as a parent. How do you make all these decisions? Who gives you guidance? And I think the more important question, what is the best for your kid? I think that's the problem. Most of us just don't know.